Hello, hello, my friends. AmyR here with Prairie Paper and Ink. Welcome back to my face and my card making space, and hopefully a not so chaotic live. Because if there's not one thing, there's another. So, hello, hello to everybody, and yeah, I think we're live. Everything's working. Chris is here. The unpaid intern is gonna model his new Christmas outfit.
Am I?
Yes, you're gonna model it. I paid all the money for it. You're gonna.
Really nervous.
You're gonna. Make it flash.
Make it flash?
Yeah.
Just a second, I gotta dance backwards here.
There you go. There you go. Have yourself a happy little Christmas, everybody. Thanks to Bob Ross and a light up sweater. So, yeah. Yeah. Got it on camera, got it live before you end up wiping chip residue all over it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So, that was the Christmas sweater we've been talking about for the last, 2 weeks or whatever. I had to get it. I had to get it. It's the best. I'm not sure if we can even wash that thing.
No. It is usable
hence,
only.
Yeah, hence you just don't wipe chip residue on it, because that little battery pack comes out, but I'd be scared to wash it. It probably has to be dry cleaned.
Yeah, maybe. I won't
who knows?
anything that I'm never gonna eat it.
Yeah, you better not. Anyway, isn't it the cutest thing ever? It's just funny. The minute I found out that it lit up, I was like, gotta have that. So, anyway, welcome to the crafty chaos and all the fun things. And of course, my nose is gonna start running. It's just like a Pavlov's dog sort of a thing. As soon as I go live, my nose starts to just get drippy. So fun. So fun. So, yeah. Hello to all my people. And yeah. There's Joanne and Jameen and Robbie and Renee and Emily. There's a bunch of you. So, anyway. Oh, you want to come back on screen so people can see the sweater again, because some might have missed it. He'll come back on the end as well, because, I'm going to make the most out of this thing. He's probably going to wear it in every single live stream till Christmas time.
Yep, pretty much.
There we go. If I move that way a little bit, now it's actually kind of in. Best thing ever. And this is all this part.
It's a fuzzy.
It's fuzzy. Most ridiculous thing ever. So, anywho, there's the ridiculous Christmas sweater we've been going on about. So, speaking of Christmas, I had said too, this live we are gonna do a couple of holiday cards. Everything is mostly planned out in my head. I'm actually gonna show that in a second. And we've figured it. I think this time this is gonna work without any more glitches. For those watching live, there is a link to a document in the description box below the video. You can put in your name and address. We'll pick a winner or two. I'm planning on doing 2 cards today. We'll see. And I will mail those winners the card. I hope this time we did it right. It's just been one technical glitch after another doing this, but I think we figured it out. I think I clicked the right buttons and we edited the right things and it's there. For those watching on replay, this giveaway will be closed. We'll still figure out something. I've got just ideas mulling. They're simmering in the background. We'll get there. We'll figure some things out. But yeah, link to that is below, as well as pretty much everything I plan on using that is already listed and linked in the description box below the video. Anything extra, we'll add to it during the live stream, and then I'll edit like I always do afterwards. So that is all of the housekeeping, hopefully, for now, anyway. So, yeah. Hello to everybody. Let's switch the camera over. And then, and of course, every time I'm going to go live, my trackpad doesn't want to work properly. Let's just get out of my way. There we go. Still haven't figured out how to do this in one click, but whatever. Progress is progress. So I planned things out. I did post a link. This is the Trinity Stamps Sketch Plan Crate book. I did a review on this when it came out, a couple months ago, whenever it was. And as of right now, I think it is sold out. This is a good thing to add to your Christmas wish list. But that's what I used. So I sketched out, and because I don't really do a whole lot of landscape orientation cards, because the pages of these are landscape and portrait. So you got landscape on the back and then portrait, etc., etc. I do most of my cards. It's just habit. I don't know. I do most of them in portrait. But to make the use out of it, I was like, well, I'll just do it this way. So it's sideways, but I don't care. I don't care. I had the idea, so I kind of sketched out what I was going to do, pulled out my supplies. Again, they're linked below. A couple of these are very, very oldie but goodie. I know this one is like 5 years old. This little Drifting Stitches border die set. And then the Large Falling Snow. This came out like 3 years ago. One of my faves, the Stencil. So, yeah. We're going to do some ink blending, some stenciling. I did some die cutting. I'm also going to open another product on camera. We'll get to that in a bit. Let's just move some things. I don't know where I'm going to put some of this stuff. Let's just move some things out of the way so that we can actually start making some cards. Okay. That card planner is amazing. I know, right? Like, I love it. I need to make a habit of using it. I've talked about this before. I have stacks of post-it notes. Be all like post-it notes of so many things, card ideas, etc. The book is perfect. Keeps it all in one place, so I can hopefully just cut back on just post-it notes that I lose constantly. Anywho. Yes, I think the link for the card giveaway works. I think we finally figured it out this time. So, yeah, it should work. You can put your name and address, and like always, we delete everything when we're done. I don't keep anyone's personal information. I don't keep it, share it, sell it, anything. You know, it's just for this giveaway, and then I get rid of everything. And then I mail out the cards. And some of you have already received the cards from the 2 before this last one. Last week's live, I mailed them out a couple days ago. Like, I think it was Friday that I mailed them out. So, yeah. Those will be showing up soon. And, yeah. Everything should be good to go. There we go. So, card bases. Again, top folding. A2 white note cards from Simon Says Stamps Smooth White Cardstock. I'm going to ink blend directly onto the card bases, which I don't do very often because I usually mess it up. But let's just see what happens. Let me get my blending brush, and then let me get just my cloth. No idea what colors I might have had on this. Not that I really care. So, okay. What am I doing? Ink. Ink would help. We're gonna do like a wintry, snowy scene. So I got ink, I have my card base, and I'm gonna use both of my mats actually, because I need space. I do have another one. I talked about this, the Waffle Flower grip mats. I have another big one. I had ordered a second one because I use these so much, and I would rather have 2 big ones than this big one and small one. And the second big one is actually supposed to be here, I think, tomorrow, so I'm going to be stocking the postman. But I'm just using that just to hold these in place. And then, okay, some of that, because I'm going to use that, and we're going to basically just cut this in half. Okay. Yeah. Okay, good. I'm glad the link works. We're not having a bunch of tech issues for now. Anyway, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Ah. Oh, da, 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 da. Yes. A2. The vast majority of my cards are A2 size unless I state otherwise. So 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. The only, I will sometimes have been doing more and more 5 by 7 cards. Just depends on my mood. And slimline cards. The occasional mini slimline as well. But, yeah. The vast majority are just A2 sized. And that's just what works for me. So the grit paper, you can use like scrap paper. Anything's going to work. I've like used up all my scrap paper. So I just use my grid mat paper type stuff. And that's just to keep me from getting ink on the inside of the card. Because generally that's what's going to happen. So my plan is to have like little snowdrifts and some houses with this Winter Village set. Yeah. So hopefully, you just got your grit mat. I love these grit mats. Seriously. Love them. Have one in my Misty. This one I use a lot. If you don't want your grit mats to slide around, like especially if you're using them like this, just remove the backing and it'll, you know, stick to your work surface. I don't mind them sliding around. It's this, you know, what I have gripping to it that I don't want sliding around. But this I'm actually fine with because then when I'm done, I can literally toss it. That's just how it's going to work. So we're starting with Simon's Morning ink. Okay. And we're just gonna blend. We're just gonna blend. And we'll just see how this goes. We'll see if the idea in my head translates into the card. And this one I'm gonna pull in pretty much all the way because it's gonna work out to be darker. It's gonna make sense as I do it. So the lightest shade in this trio is the Morning ink. And it's kind of like these are kind of like blue with just a touch of purple to them. Can a colorless blender be refilled? Depends on what you mean. If you mean like the Copic colorless, yes, they have a refill for it. You can actually get great, or at least you used to be able to get great big bottles of it too. I still have my huge bottle of it that I got way back in the day when they used to do Copic certification courses, which I am Copic certified. It's not even a thing anymore. That was, goodness, more than 15 years ago, I think. So yeah. Okay. There's one. Yes, we showed the sweater twice in the beginning. We'll probably, though, most likely, he will make another appearance before we end the video.
At least once.
At least once, yes. Do the blending. Also, the blend doesn't need to be perfect because I'm still going to go in with two, possibly a third color. We'll see. We'll see once I get closer to figuring out what it is I'm doing. The sections of the sketchbook have the same number of pages. Yes. Pretty sure they're the same number of pages. You get quite a few in there. And for those that don't do any other card sizes, it wouldn't hurt to contact Trinity Stamps and just request that. Because who knows? You know, it took her like 2 years of planning to come out with this book. But yeah, I would totally, if she did like a smaller version of just A2 size card planner pages, I would snap that up in a heartbeat. Because that's the majority of what I use too. So I would totally get one. So it can't hurt to contact them and be like, hey, we would love this. Because if there's enough demand, it might be feasible for them to do it. You never know. So, yeah. Although for a lot of, there's this section for A7, like 5x7 size. I will probably eventually just start using those as well for A2 size, because it doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter, honestly. I don't worry about it so much. Like, it has all those grid lines and everything. Like, you can get very exact with your plan. I don't get that. Like, I just sketch, you know, whatever. I don't worry about it. But, so yeah, I'll use the A7 section for A2 size stuff when I use up all the A2 pages. So, that's the plan anyway. Yep. Okay. Got that. Now we'll go on to Twilight. So our medium color. And this one I'm gonna go in not as far. You have a Prismacolor one? I have no idea. You will need to look that up and look up the brand and see what's available. I don't use them, so I can't answer that at all. Again, like I said, my blending is not perfect. Also, my camera always makes my blending look like crap. I don't really care. I don't really care. You, shush. Like, once you get all the layers added and the stenciling over it and all the things, it just doesn't really matter. Like, again, perfection's overrated. Do you have anything special on your Christmas list? Do I?
Maybe like a Scottish castle.
I wish. I wish. Yes, a castle in Scotland would be nice. Thank you. Some ruins. I would be totally like, oh my god, if you got me ruins in Scotland.
Best thing you do is just a rock on the side of the road.
Pretty much. That's. Yeah. No, yeah, I don't really do a whole lot for wish lists or anything like that, which drives Chris a little bonkers at times, because it's just like, oh, I really want this thing. I'm like, I got it for myself.
Yeah.
It just is what it is. I did get myself a very fuzzy robe that was a splurge, and that was basically like my Christmas present to myself. That's about as far as I went. So, yeah. I'm sure there's things, but when I'm put on the spot, I have no idea. No idea. So
bling.
yeah. Bling. Yeah, I like bling too, but I don't wear a whole lot. Like, I had shown you those couple rings that, you know, caught my eye. Yeah. And then I saw the price and I was like, ha!
The wave gold rings.
You even remember the name of it. That's a ridiculous. No, just ridiculous.
I'm not.
Utterly ridiculous. Ridiculous. You know, or that snowflake ring that popped up in my feed that I was like, oh, so beautiful. And then I saw the price and I went, oh, buy a car for that price. Nope. Just, I like bling, but yeah. So anyway, I'm going back with the lighter color. Just kind of blend it all together. Again, I'm not aiming for like perfection. It's just to kind of get that more in the center, because I want the center area just to be lighter, just cuz. So go back and forth with that. This is Mooncat Space Oddity, and it's chipped. It's like super chipped, but it's all glittery and fabulous. Generally, whatever I'm wearing in my live streams, all my previous videos for like the week leading up to it, if not longer, it's the same one, because in those, my like edited videos, I always have a little pop-up that shows up like boop, like right there. When I switch the camera over and it starts, I have a pop-up that says the name and the brand and the name of the nail polish. So, yeah. I gotta redo my nails.
Maybe tonight.
Maybe. If I'm in the mood and have the time.
Yeah.
I filed them down, I think that was yesterday. And then I was like, I'm gonna paint my nails. And I was like, I don't feel like it. Balmoral. Oh, yeah. Yeah,
A couple of days there would be a swell Christmas gift.
You know, if I could spend just a month in Scotland, I would need at least a month.
I know.
And then he'd have to drag me kicking and screaming, like, onto the airplane, because Scotland is at the very top. I am part Scottish. Scotland is at the top of my bucket list. Someday we will get the chance to go, and then I won't want to leave. But anyway, it is what it is.
It's almost at that point in time where we can do that sort of thing.
Christy, I'm not buying you one of those unless I buy one next door. Well, you know, if you guys just all get together and just get me some Scottish ruins, and there's enough space, we can all just, you know, maybe have some tents or something. I have no idea how it works.
A good tarp will make
a good tarp. Yeah, we'll just, you know, we'll all be living under a tarp. I'll get my ruins. I literally can't even imagine. I can't wrap my head around, like, people that own property and it's like you have ruins, like hundreds if not thousands of years old. I can't wrap my head around that. That's bizarre to me. Anyway, on to the darker color. Galaxy, the darkest color. I think I missed my splatter. Oh, it's here. It's here. Don't worry. It'll make another appearance in a bit. It's not going anywhere. There it is. Do you find pigment or dye-based inks better for blending? It honestly, nowadays it doesn't really matter. If you've got blending brushes, it doesn't really matter. When blending, you know, we started doing more and more of it when all we had was the blending foams, and basically all we had was either Distress ink, or there's a few other brands of inks like Simon's Original Formula, like the Hero Arts Original Formula, etc. Those, and with blending foams, they were difficult. Like, it took time and effort and skill. Like, that's where Laura Basson was just like queen. She was the goat of blending, because she achieved those just perfect blends. Like, you'd watch her videos and I'd just be like, how she was so good at it. And now, between blending brushes, which Picket Fence Studios was the first one to bring out life-changing blending brushes, changed the game completely. Like, we can all achieve great blends regardless of the types of ink. Technically, pigment inks are going to blend the easiest because they have pigments in them, so they're sitting on top of the cardstock. So you have way more time to, like, move them around, etc. However, now that we have Simon's Pawsitively saturated inks, the Concord 9th inks, I'm not sure of other inks because I don't have them, so I can't compare, that have maybe a similar formula. These ones, like this one I've just blended, but like they smooth out as they dry, so you don't even have to be good at it, you know? So I'm just, yeah. So it really doesn't matter, in my opinion. We will get a whole ruins colony, so we can all craft. Yeah, we'll just get some Scottish ruins, and we'll start a commune. Yeah. You know, maybe that is my like destiny. It's just, we're just gonna have a card making cult in Scotland. You guys don't give me any ideas. Seriously. You never know where I might go with some of those. We would have a great time, though. We really would. Anyway. Are there nail colors that look foiled? There are, however, when you get into nail polishes that are very, very, very metallic, because there are some out there. Hollow Taco has a series. I almost ordered them, but to keep that look, you're not supposed to use like a top coat on them, and they don't wear very well. It's the nature of that type of formula. So they do look almost foiled. They're amazing. They look amazing. I refuse to even buy them because I was like, I don't have time to do my nails every 3 days. Like, they don't last long, but you can get them and they look really cool. And yes, almost foiled. Would not mind if it came complete with, oh, Sam, I don't know how to pronounce his name. He plays Jamie in Outlander. Yeah, I know. Outlander, good books. Very good books. I still have to read the newest one. I actually have to go. I'm going back and like I have them on Audible as well. I'm re-listening to them because I've forgotten things. I started reading Tell the Bees That I'm Gone. That's the newest one. And I was like, I don't remember what led up to this. So I'm going back and like re-listening before I read the newest one. But Outlander, such good books. Such good books. Love. Love, 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 love. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, I'm definitely in for the crowded commune in the Highlands. You never know. You never know. We'll see where our life takes us. That might be just something we're able to pull off. Oh dear. It could happen. It could happen. You know, let's have big dreams and high hopes. Okay. I've done the 3 colors, and I am going to do what I thought I might need to. I'm going to add black to this, which, where's my black set? Here it is. My little baby black set. Okay. Too many of you guys are into this idea of a Scottish craft colony. There's no... Oh, I'm gonna get myself in trouble somehow. Like, anywho, okay. And okay, black set distress ink. This lighter hand. Like, I'm just gonna start soft. Because black set is great for deepening literally any color and giving things depth. But I don't want it to be like solid. Like, see, like I've added black, but it's not like black. You know what I mean? It just deepens it. Especially when I get it on those corners, just like so. So there's with black and without. How it just takes it to that next. At least consider a crafting retreat in the Highlands. I would love to. I cannot even begin to imagine. 1, the nightmare of logistics it would be to plan something like that, and 2, the cost. Chris and I priced out a trip to Scotland, and I was just like, you know, not at this point in our lives. Someday, yes, but international flights alone are just
a vacation
lot
of themselves.
Yeah. So yeah, the most I'd be able to offer is a wonderful retreat in Saskatchewan, Canada, where there are no highlands or ruins or anything. It's just mostly nothingness.
Like
and even that I can't really offer because, again, a logistical nightmare. Price-wise, it wouldn't be too bad.
Hotels here are freaking expensive.
They are. Yeah, they are. Like, the hotels in the city, like 5 minutes away from us, the prices are stupid. Like, we can stay in Calgary for less. For less. In nice hotels for less. It's disgusting. I don't know why Saskatoon has just stupid hotel prices. We've done it a couple of, like a little staycation, and we just stay at a hotel in the city. But yeah, now when we price it out, it's like, nah, I'd rather just stay home. Thanks.
Some places in the city aren't even letting their hotel rooms be rented out by city residents.
Really?
Yeah.
Since when?
It's been like that for a year or so. I've heard stories.
That's so weird. Okay. Okay. I don't get it. Anyway. Do you know your family's tartan color pattern? I did. I don't remember, like, I can't even remember it offhand. But, yeah. There were, many years ago, some extended family members did the whole deep dive, genealogy, yada, yada, yada. Went all the way back to proving ancestry and all that kind of stuff, which I was just, yeah. And yeah, the tartan colors and all that, because, yeah, that's a thing, but I just don't remember it offhand. Anyway, I need to wipe this down. I'm like getting, like, totally sidetracked. As usual. I'm gonna move these out for now. I just want to remove these from the grip mats before I go into the stenciling. And actually, I only need one for the stenciling. To clean the grip mats, you just clean them like you do your stamps, because they're photopolymer. They're not anything special. If you find your grip mat isn't grippy anymore, it just needs a cleaning. You know, if it's picked up lint or anti-static powder or whatever, that's all you gotta do. Just, and if it's really, you know, guppy, take it to the sink and just wash it with gentle soap and water, and it's good to go. So, and yeah, they're grip mats, not sticky, because they're not sticky. They're just photopolymer. Because I've had a lot of questions about that, and like about it losing its stickiness, and I was like, it doesn't. The only time it loses its grip is when it gets full of crud, really. And wiping it off, that's all you gotta do. So let me remove that extra moisture, just like so. Okay. I only have distress oxides. Do you think another black ink would work? Use black soot oxide. Depending on your blending, if you say you did this whole thing in oxide inks, and then you went in with a regular dye ink on top of it, your brush is going to start picking up all those pigments from the oxides, and it's going to transfer onto your ink pad. You don't want that. That's also why we always recommend separate blending tools, the pouncers, brushes, etc., for the different types of ink, because you do not want to mix pigments, which are in oxide inks, with your dye inks, because it will transfer into them, and it will eventually ruin those ink pads. So other makers keep one set for everything, and they just wash, or they actually wash in between, which I don't have the time for it. These things take forever to dry when you wash them. I have never washed a blending brush. Well, maybe once. And I think that's because I used a brush maybe with like an oil-based ink or something, but I don't wash my brushes. I don't have time for that. So, okay. Now, if I line these up side by side, just like so, and again, just to be safe, I'll stick it on there. I'm gonna stick this just so I don't cover nothing. And I'll take just a couple pieces of pixie tape. This is like being a little extra, but I would rather, since I'm doing this live and can't like edit it out. There we go. But you have bigger. New York is big, but this is bigger. Yeah, bigger is in the... No, not do... nope.
There are a lot of weirdos in bigger.
We don't talk about bigger. Anyway. Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay. So I got my stencils. The cool thing about this stencil, because it's so big, like it's slimline size, so it works for slimline cards, is I can do 2 A2 card fronts at the same time, which is bonus. And then, this is currently out of stock. I really hope they're able to restock this very, very soon. Kind of annoyed. Oh, and I forgot. Maybe if I remember, unless Chris, you can look it up. I have a playlist on my YouTube channel using Glacier paste. I've used these many, many times over the years. I'm still on the same, this is the exact same jar I bought 4 or 5 years ago. I forget when the first video is. Chris is gonna look it up. Playlist, and then look for, yeah, just type in Glacier. Bingo, that top one. Is that just the video or is it the playlist?
That's just a video.
There's a playlist.
I know there is.
There's a playlist.
Hold on, you have many playlists.
Oh, I have a lot of playlists. I have tons of them. It's there anywhere. Anyway.
Here it is, Glacier paste video.
Bingo! If you get the...
Want me to link it into chat?
Yes. Anyway. Can you look and see when the first video I posted of it, like what year it was? Because I forget how many years I've had this stuff. You're breaking it.
4 years ago.
4 years ago? So this container is like 4 years old. Press and seal. Also linked in the supplies below the video. This is exactly why I promote press and seal, because it has kept this paste from drying out. And this type of paste especially would not last probably more than 6 months after opening the container, but I've made this last for 4+ years because I keep it sealed with press and seal. Highly recommend it for all of my pastes, but especially ones like this. Game changer. Game changer. But yeah, this specific color right now is out of stock. Hopefully they can restock it because I love it. This is the winter white, of course, Glacier paste. It's beautiful. I love it. And yes, I have tons of playlists when you're on my YouTube channel, like the main channel page. There's videos, playlists, videos, live, playlists, and I think community are the options. Community is just where I post like little blurbs and whatever. But the playlist button, there's tons and tons of playlists because I try to keep things as organized as possible, you know?
It's kind of your MO.
Yeah, it just helps because I have over 2,000 videos on YouTube. So I need playlists, even for myself. So anyway, we're just going to apply it. Gonna apply it thin because you don't need a lot. And also if I apply it thin, it will dry hopefully quick enough that it will not make this live stream too long. Although what am I, who am I kidding? You guys know that my live streams tend to run longer than average, but whatevs. And you don't need to reef on the palette knife, you just kind of glide it. Because with thinner paste, if you press really, really hard with the palette knife, you just start scraping the paste right out of whatever the pattern is. And I don't need to go all the way to the bottom because this is going to get covered in little die cuts and all the things. Yep. And then we wipe the excess. We put the press and seal back on the jar, seal it up, and put the lid back on it. Thank you, Anne-Marie. Thank you. They help. And there's more playlists that I need to do, I'm sure. Okay, so then when you remove this, it's like magic. I actually remembered to have a container with some soapy water to throw my stencil and my palette knife into so I can wash it later. And then I have it on me.
You do.
I do. Since you're standing here, you might as well show people your sweater again.
You want me to do another drive-by?
Yep.
All right.
There's space. If I move over a little bit, people will be able to... Okay. Back to the regularly scheduled programming. I'm just gonna leave this just as is. There's a little connecting dude, a couple of them, but I'm just gonna let this dry. And then I will like cut them apart with scissors or something. I'm not too worried about it because this paste isn't super like, and it dries quite flat. So I'm not gonna muck with it. Oh, they already split apart when I moved the grip mat, but there's my beautiful snowy background. And let's put that over there. We're just gonna let it dry. And then, but wait, there's more. Okay. Okay. Brought the other grip mat out since the other one's currently in use. So, CZ Design Winter Village die set. That's gonna be my little other main focus. Finally getting a chance to use this little die set. This die set's cheap, by the way. It's like $8.99 or something like that. Because they're all they were connected. But it's just a good size little die set. I love it. So I kept the houses and the little church together and then just separated the trees. So because I die cut these all from black and then the trees from a couple different shades of green and all the cardstock colors. I even have Glacier paste under my nail. Oh, whatever. I die cut these before we started the live stream because just so you guys didn't have to sit and watch me die cut multiple times. Do you say that, Jameen? Thank you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. What stencil? Did you link to the stencil? It's the large falling snow stencil is what I used. You saw it? Okay.
2 seconds before
you were ahead of me?
Just a bit.
Okay. I'm like all over the place. Okay. So, I'm just going to stick all my little die cuts to the grip mat just to hold them in place because I'm going to add splatter, of course. They need splatter. It's a snowy evening. That's what's happening on the cards. So they don't need to stick perfectly, but it's just to kind of keep everything in one spot so that I don't have to move around 20 die cuts. So we'll just stick these dudes. Jameen. Okay. Yes. Thank you, Jameen. Okay. So I die cut, like I said, I die cut these guys just from black cardstock. And I probably die cut more than I'm actually going to use on these cards, but I also am going to use a couple on the inside because I had that planned out in my little plan at the beginning as well. I was like, got ideas. So I die cut them. And then I die cut just a whole bunch of scraps of green cardstock with the trees. So we'll stick them in place too because these also need splatter. Okay. We'll just tediously stick these. And yeah, this is Simon's Midnight Green. Is that the name? I have it listed and linked below the video. Cardstock. It is so, like on camera, it almost looks black. But when you see it next to black, it's not quite, yeah. Do you like triangle or round trays with this triangle shape? I like these triangle ones. They come in so handy. I have triangle trays inside all of my big containers of embossing powder. You guys see me use those all the time. And yeah, I use them to hold my little die cuts. I use them to hold my gems. I like the triangle ones because when I've got my gems in them, I can just funnel them right back into whatever container they're in, or bag, or whatever. So yeah, I love my little triangle trays. I keep a whole, I have a literal stack of them. Like, you don't need this many. I have a ton of them. And I knock them over all the time. Even though they're like nowhere near my elbows, I still manage to knock them over usually every other day. Just is what it is. I actually might run out of space. I can fit some trees maybe around here. I probably die cut too many trees as well, but again, I don't really care. I can always save the extras for another little holiday card. I just need them all laid out to make my life easier to add the splatter. See, yeah, one can fit there. That house can go there. There we go. This works. Okay. Got all our trees and our houses. Press and seal. I noticed you didn't seal flush to the paste and it saved for that long. Yeah. Yeah. With the Glacier paste, I've never bothered. Yeah. You can totally, I would just have to cut a new piece of press and seal because this is also the same press and seal that's been on here for 5 years. If you want to remove all the air from the container and then press the press and seal like flush to the product, that will, you know, elongate its life. Because again, pastes have a shelf life. Pastes are not meant to last forever. I see so many comments so often and people so angry at XYZ brand because the paste they bought 4 years ago and they went to open the jar. Like, it was sealed and they never opened it. It doesn't matter. Even with the manufacturer's seal, with a lot of them, they'll still, like, I had paste from a brand that I don't even know if they exist anymore, but it hardened and like the jar became hard as a rock. It was completely sealed, never opened, and it was over the space of years, but it happens. So if you really want to preserve them, yeah, press the press and seal right down, remove all air, and it will make them last longer. But with the Glacier paste, I've never needed to, and all my Glacier paste will last very long time. Different paste though, again, formulas are different. Actual glitter paste with glitter in them, those ones, they have different, they're a different formula. Those ones are the most finicky. Like, do not stock up on glitter paste. It's gonna dry, sometimes even with press and seal, voodoo magic, whatever you want to do, it's just gonna dry out because it's just the nature of what makes it up and what suspends the glitter. It's just gonna dry out. So yeah, pastes have a shelf life. They're not meant to last forever, but my Glacier pastes with press and seal have lasted me now several years, and I love them. So that is that on that. Sticking these guys into my splat box, just like so, and then we're gonna add. Where's my just white splatter, you know. Or you could also put a tree. Oh yeah, there's going to be a tree. There's going to be a house and a tree on the inside. That's the plan. We'll get to it once we get to, that's probably more than I needed for the gouache. But yeah, just a bit of white gouache. Picket fence, distress paint also works. Pretty much any white product. There's Amsterdam liquid white. There's all kinds of options, especially when you're splattering on like straight up cardstock. So there's no inks to interfere and turn different colors. You can kind of use whatever you want. So yeah. I checked a bunch of my paste a couple months ago and 10 were rock solid. 8 of them had never been opened. Yeah. Like, pastes are just, they're not. It's just the nature of that product. They are not meant to last. Like, I have had those few, you know, but they are the exception to the rule, even with press and seal. Some pastes just tend to last almost forever, and then other ones, and it can even be the same one or the same brand, and it's like one lasts and one just, you know, it's just one of those things. But pastes are definitely not something that is worth having like backups of, you know, multiples, unless you're planning on doing like 5,000 projects, because they dry out. It's just the nature of the product. So white gouache, a little bit of water to thin it out so it's much more splatterable. And yeah, you gotta stick that right in there, you know, because I love my little magnets. And when this live stream is over, I will be taking this grip mat to the sink and I'll just wash it with soap and water and it will remove all of this gouache splatter. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. But like a blizzard is coming through. What is the spelling of the sewing machine you have? It's a Janome. It's just a Janome New Home. So Janome, and it's the new home version. They have like, who knows how many types of sewing machines, but yeah, mine was pretty affordable and it came in a pretty color, which sold me on it. Yes, Tim Holtz keeps multiples of his own products, but he uses them. Like, he uses his stuff. He's doing projects and his lives and all that. Like, he uses it a lot. And then he keeps multiples of the stuff that, you know, his ideology, the things, because, you know, things get retired, etc., etc. And yeah, he admits that he buys, you know, 50 or 60 backups. But it's him. He can do that, you know. If I had a brand of products, I'd probably have like, I'd have to have like a little warehouse or something just to keep extras in. Okay, I can stop now. That's enough. That's enough splatter.
Do you have a magnet down?
Of course I have the magnet down. Are you not watching? No, you're not, actually.
I got the chat up.
Wow.
It was
making great strides, unpaid intern.
It was buffering, so I just...
Oh, was it being weird?
Yeah.
That's not fun. I don't like it when it does not.
Like, I know it was still working.
Oh, okay, good. As long as it's still working. So, yeah, some paste you can reconstitute, but always do it with the initial thought that it's done for. Like, the paste is done, the paste is dead. And then you can try adding a bit of distilled water. You can try adding a bit of like Perfect Ink Refresher from Ranger. There's different products that you can just try, you know. Sometimes it might work, sometimes not. If it is rock solid, especially again like glitter paste, like if it is like a brick, most likely there ain't nothing you can do about it. You can, but again, you can try. Add like, you know, a dollop of distilled water, put the lid on it, and let it sit for a couple days. See if it'll like soak in. But
crushing it up and trying to reconstitute that.
Crushing it up, you can try. You would have to cut it out of the container.
Yeah, I guess you probably would.
Remember, there's been a couple times. Remember way back, I had a couple of glitter pastes that you couldn't even open the lid.
Oh yes.
Remember, it literally like just became it was a brick. So, yeah, when it gets to that point, I just give up on it. But yeah. Does anyone happen to know what takes stays on from stamps? Yeah, Ultra Clean. I don't have a link to that. Chris can look it up. Simon's Spray. Simon's Ultra Clean will clean stays on off your stamps. Simon's Spray.
Rubber and stamp cleaner?
That one's, yep, that's the one. He'll put a link to it. It works. It's got a bit of an oily residue, so I usually follow it with just a stamp cleaner, or you can do, again, gentle soap and water. It's great, but yeah, that'll remove like any residue from your stamps. If it's stained, like stains, nothing removes staining. Photopolymer stains. It just is what it is. I think he keeps a bunch of candy corn aside. Oh yeah. Have you had actual snow yet? We have, and now it's unseasonably warm here. It's a little bit bizarre.
It's kind of nice.
It is. Okay. Okay. So, we've got our splatter, which looks like very much like a hot mess at the moment, but ooh, stay, don't fall. This dries pretty quick, which is good. So we're gonna let that dry. And then let me put some of this mess away so I have some space, because I didn't do this ahead of time. I was gonna, but I ran out of time. Old stain from rubber stamps. Yeah. Use the Ultra Clean spray. It will most likely remove it. But again, if something like stained, it's stained. Nothing's gonna remove it. But if it's like actual residue, old ink residue, etc., sitting on top of a stamp, Ultra Clean will. And if it's like, especially, yeah, because people have like old vintage rubber stamps and like some like the products people used back in the day, or they never cleaned them, etc. And if you do want to clean them, you can use the Ultra Clean and a little good old toothbrush and give it a good scrub, and that will clean it up. So, yeah. Simon's Ultra Clean will also take the poly from a wood table. Yeah, be careful with that kind of stuff. Like, yeah.
If you really want to refinish your table.
Yeah. Okay. So, where's my drifting? This is the oldie but goodie die set. This is the Drifting Stitches Borders die set. And I got some white cardstock. And my plan is to do something like this. And we're just gonna eyeball it and see what happens. Who knows? So yeah. A mortar and pestle can come in handy when you're mixing dried up paint space. Yeah, if you really want to play chemist, you totally could.
Yeah.
I haven't really.
Get out the old mortar and pestle.
Yeah. You never know. But yes, if you go into it with, like I said, the knowledge that like it is done for. It is trash. So you're just going to play around and muck with it. You never know. You might reconsider and you might create something really cool, or you know, just, yeah, have fun with it. See what happens. You never know. I've done it. Like, there have been random products I've had that I was like, wow, that's done for. And then I muck around with it and I was able to revive it and still use it. And other ones, nope, they were a brick. They didn't work no more. Okay. We're gonna move my little guys out of the way so I can do my die cutting. And I'm gonna sneeze. Maybe I'm not.
I'm using the white cardstock.
Yes, Simon's smooth white cardstock gets linked with the supplies. Okay. There we go. Make sure that I'm not past. There we go. Okay. All of Simon's cardstocks, their color cardstock, I think, is around 100 pound, I think. Their smooth white is 120 pound. And that's what I use for the bulk of my, like, card bases. This is the stuff I use when I'm coloring with alcohol markers. This is just my go-to white cardstock. And this is filthy. Okay. Yes. It's true. A lot of us that have been carving for a long time, that was like, and I don't know how it started or why, but that bizarre, and I say bizarre now because I used to be like that too, that bizarre need to keep everything, like everything had to be perfect. Everything had to be clean. Everything had to be kept pristine. Your stamps needed to be pristine. Your tools needed to be perfect. Colors had to match exactly. Like if it wasn't the exact color of cardstock to ink and just, no, stop it. We don't need that. Things do not need to be exact, and staining is fine. It's fine. It just means it's well loved. Like, if it doesn't affect the performance at all with stamps, grip mats, etc., let them get stained. Like, and besides the fact, you start feeling better after a while when things get stained, you know, then you don't need to worry about it so much anymore. So, yeah. I no longer subscribe to that philosophy. Let them get stained and don't worry about it. I've had a lot of people complain about these grip mats staining, and I'm like, they're photopolymer. Staining happens. Stamps get stained. Red being the biggest culprit, but also black. Some blacks, specifically black said. However Ranger formulates black said, I would love to know. Fascinated by that. But yeah, it creates playing with the lights. Oh, you're distracting me.
Sorry.
Oh, that's funny. But yeah, different colors and different pigments, but red being the biggest one. So anything with red, which includes pinks and purples, and then black, stain. It's just what happens. It's just what happens. And yeah, watch Tim Holtz videos and watch what he does with his stamps. He takes all his stamps, which are red rubber, and he inks them up with black archival ink on purpose. Before he even uses them, he inks them up with black archival. Just, that's how he conditions his stamps. And then he leaves it like that. Because archival ink is one of the, even more than StazOn. Archival ink is one of the strongest inks and the hardest to remove. And that's what works for him. And I think it's great, you know, because you can ink up with lighter colors. Once the archival ink is dry, it's not going anywhere. But yeah. More people need to follow that, like, just concept is just don't worry about it. Don't overthink it. Don't worry about it. Let it get stained. It's all good. It is all good. Okay. Now we're going to die cut 2 more snowbanks from white cardstock. There we go. Alright, so we got my snowbanks. That was the only die cutting I needed to do on camera. Alright. Yeah, if it's a red, it's kind of given that it will stain. Yes. It will with just pretty much anything, really. It is just the nature of red. So, yeah. Okay. And they stamp better after that. I don't own mint tape. I just use pixie tape. Works great. Don't have a problem with it. I don't think, oh, can you, I forgot to put a link. Pixie tape.
Pixie tape?
Pixie tape. I like my pixie tape. Pixie tape is one of the lightest tacks for the most part. And then, but again, when you are die cutting, you are creating tons and tons of pressure. So even very, very low tack tapes like this are being like pressed with tons of pressure into your cardstock. So when you die cut, just be careful removing, kind of pull it against itself and you should be fine. Certain cardstocks can be a little bit different, but yeah. Pre-stained stamps do make better images. Pick up. Yes. Stained stamps are well-loved stamps, and especially with photopolymer more than anything, it does make a difference. They will ink up better if you rough them up a little bit, you know, ink them, stain them, all of that. I personally won't do the like archival ink on photopolymer just cause, and also because I'm just, you know, doing other things, and it would just be like instinct for me to like, oh, these need to be cleaned, you know? But once they're stained, they work great. Okay. Okay, so I've got these. Let's see where the status of my backgrounds are. Mostly dry, not quite, but I'm gonna speed this up just cause. All right, so we can take that out of there, set that aside with my other little scraps. And I can actually let that sit for a couple more minutes anyway, cause okay. I said I was gonna open a new product on camera. Speaking of Tim Holtz, I ordered. Of course I ordered. Watched his video during the live, and it was like, ooh, a new trimmer. Do I need it? No. Do I want it? Yeah, of course I do. So yeah, the precision trimmer. Yeah, I assume I will love it. It's Tim Holtz, you know? And it's made by Tonic. I like everything made by Tonic. It's all wonderful. There we go. Brand new. Just got here the other day. It does come with an extra. These blades are like, the casings for them are hefty. Very cool. I'm not sure how I'm going to store the extra blade. Yeah. I'm going to have to stick it somewhere where I won't like slice my fingers. Anyway. This is the newest Tim Holtz trimmer, and I was very curious. So the whole like point of it, I'm not going to do an entire in-depth review. That's not what today's live's about. And besides, Tim already went over like everything in his video. He also, of course, like compared them to all his other trimmers, of which there are many. Different trimmers for different purposes, for different tastes. You do you. You know, you got a trimmer you love, you're great. Did I need to buy this? Not really, but I was curious and I was pretty sure I was going to love it. So, link to the trimmer. Unpaid intern. He's just zoned out. So yeah, the cool thing is because it's got these little like little bumpies, is so that you don't actually have to lift this. You can just slide your.
Which one am I looking for?
It's already in the list. Scroll down. Right there. The trimmer. Besides the triangle trace. Yes. There you go. We're good. We're good. So anyway. Okay. Yeah. I thought for me, because I use sentiment strips like all the time. And I usually will just eyeball them with my guillotine trimmer, which usually works out. But then when this was released, I was like, ooh, now do you need to get a trimmer just for sentiment? No. There's also wafer dye, you know, the sentiment label wafer dyes. Those work amazing too. I've used those a lot. I wanted it. I wanted it, so I bought it. That's the gist of it. So, yeah. I think I'm going to enjoy it. I wish the blades did not dull. It's the nature of it. You cannot have any sort of blade like this, a slide trimmer. It is absolutely impossible. Like, to not have them dull. It's, yeah, that's one of the perks of having a guillotine trimmer, is I've had my guillotine trimmers from Tim Holtz for, I'm not even sure how many years. My one, I think, is like 10 years old now. And yeah, because it like metal against metal, the way it cuts. Yeah. So it does have 1/4 inch marks. Like there's every line is a 1/4 inch. Now, if you mean like 1/8 of an inch, yeah, that would have been nice. But because it has the rulers on everything, there's 1/8 of an inch markings. So, yeah. Yeah. Anyway, back to what I'm like getting myself so distracted. So I'm using sentiment strips. And these are the reverse Christmas greetings. And I think I'm going to use the season's greetings and then wishing you the happiest holiday. That's what I'm going to do. Oh, and I'm also going to take out, how does this? I think you just have to like zhuzh it a little. Yeah, there we go. It does come with a little score blade. Same thing. Tim did a whole video. I'm not gonna regurgitate his talking points. Tim did a whole video about like the score blade, everything. I don't care what trimmer it is. I don't like metal score blades. I will never use this. Nope. No. I just want the cutting blade. Score blade will just get in the way and annoy me. And that's why I have my little score buddy that I showed earlier and my Teflon bone folder. That's what I use to score. I don't like metal ones. So I will never use that. But the little cutty bits, yeah. So I can just go like that. In fact, let's see how thin of a line I can cut with this thing. Okay, get in your little home. Oh yeah. I love it already. It's amazing. Okay, I'm like keeping up. Yes, be careful with, that's why I said like be careful with blades. Whether it doesn't matter what brand, that blade is small, but it's also very sharp. And if you're not careful, like slice. I have cut myself on similar trimmers like this because, you know, I'm not paying attention. I flipped it up. I'm doing my thing, slice my hand. Like, yeah. So I'm probably going to cover this with like a little piece of foam or something, like tape, maybe foam around it, just so I can store it till I need it, because again, they're going to go dull. And they do sell replacements, of course. But yeah, I'm going to store this in a way that I'll just, probably put a little piece of foam, some washi tape, so that when I go to grab it, I don't inadvertently like stab my thumb, because it's pretty much guaranteed that's what's going to happen. Anywho. There's it. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So then we can just... cuts like a dream. Anyway. This will be like something to get used to. I'm not used to that. I like the concept of it, but yeah, you need to like press down. That'll take me a little getting used to. There you go. I got my little sentiment strap. Okay. And then we're gonna do this one. This is where it's going to get a little bit iffy because we won't have an edge to hold this against. But if I line everything up, oh, this might get really iffy. This is also actually where you can use tape.
I have a few questions waiting.
Do I?
Yeah.
Where? Put it as well. Is there storage under the trimmer? No. No. There's just the fold out doohickeys for the for the ruler. Again, if you guys want to know like literally every detail, go to Tim Holt's YouTube channel. He did a whole video. He explained everything. He compared. He you know, it's his trimmer. He knows all. He knows all. Okay. So when you got pieces like this, I'm just gonna sort of eyeball it, and then I'm just gonna tape it in place because I won't have any leeway. And then once I hold it down, there we go. That works. It works. It works. Cover your blades with card. Yeah, a piece of cardboard would work too. A little piece of foam or a little piece of cardboard. I have plenty of cardboard, so yeah, just a little piece. And then I'll just wrap it with a little piece of washi tape to hold the cardboard in place. And then I can set this in my drawer. And then that'll protect the blade. aka more so, I'm not worried about the blade as much as I am me accidentally grabbing it and slicing my thumb open. Because, you know, it has happened to me in the past. Because I am clumsy. But, yeah. There we go. Wishing you a happy holiday. Season's greetings. And I got to do it a second time. So now this one, I've learned my lesson. So I'm going to cut this sentiment first. Just like so. There we go. And then cut off the ends. Boop. Boop. Yeah. Okay. Those are the, yeah, you can foil these if you run them through. These are printed with toner ink, so you can foil them with toner reactive foils and either a Mink machine or a laminator. I don't do that very often. I just, yeah. I've done it a couple times in videos, but it's not my, that's not my forte. I've done other foilable stuff, like printed with toner ink and stuff, and had great results. I don't really like doing the sentiments. I just kind of prefer them as is. The most I've done is I've taken the ones printed on white, and I'll take like inks, you know, or Copic markers, etc., and I'll color them to match whatever project I'm doing. But yeah. Yeah, the other one I cut really narrow. I'm kind of annoyed with myself that I did that. Oh well, perfection's overrated. But yeah, that's the trimmer and my non-actual review. I have no idea where I'm going to put this thing. I have run out of space for trimmer. I don't know where I'm going to put it. But for now, it's just going to sit on that tray because I got nowhere else to put it. Okay. Why don't you just put it on the blade where you took the scoring? No, because it gets in the way. You won't be able to go all the way to the bottom or the top of that. And then you would have to cut on just the top or just the bottom then if you have that second blade in there. And that's annoying. So I'm not going to keep the second blade stored on the trimmer. It'll be stored separate. And then that way too, I know when my blade goes dull that I have a fresh, brand new one. Okay. Nina Marie had a video foiling them today. Nina Marie Trapani foils her sentiments a lot, and she makes them look amazing. And they just, yeah, I love her cards. I love her like take on things. She just has a way of doing that. And yeah, she foils hers a lot, and it always looks so cool. I love it. It's just, again, it's just not my forte. You don't need to sharpen guillotine trimmers. At least not the Tim Holtz ones, like not the Tonic ones. They don't need to be sharpened. At all. Ever. Don't need to be sharpened. Like, I would never use tinfoil in one of those. I also don't use tinfoil on my scissors. Some people do. I find that more often than not, the tinfoil actually just causes little divots and stuff. And they don't work as good afterwards. So, but yeah, the Tonic Tim Holtz guillotine trimmers do not need to be sharpened ever. Just because of the way they cut, because it's already metal against metal. Okay. Did I miss another one? Apart metal dies. You want to look up snips? I didn't. Just, yes, look it up.
Snips.
They only the one shows up?
There's left-handed mini snips.
No, and you're looking for these. And of course they've discontinued.
The on wire snips tool?
Yeah, that one would be another one. I don't know what Hero Arts calls theirs. You would have to go on the Simon site and look it up. Because my link site doesn't show that. But yeah, just go, yeah. And then find out which one the Hero Arts calls.
Middle snippers?
Yes. So if you search those up and link them, yeah, the Hero Arts ones are great. The pair I have are from Studio Katia. They are awesome for cutting apart wafer dies. So yeah, Hero Arts makes great tools. Chris is gonna link to it in a second here.
Yeah, it's not funny unless I do it by...
yeah, you have to get it like exact.
I just did the...
Okay.
I'm so slow.
You're so slow. Yeah. Yes, Fisker's blades do have a little plastic cover on them. I'm not sure. I did order... Where are they? Here they are. I ordered replacement blades when I ordered the tool. And they kind of do. It's not quite the same, but they do come like this. So they just have molded plastic. So you could keep them, although they're on their sides. So that, yeah, they don't, that is the one thing. I'm actually kind of surprised Tonic did it like that. They should have had a cover. At least when they're in this, it's fine, you know? So I will just be keeping them in the packaging. But for my lone blade, I'll just add a little piece of cardboard and washi tape. That takes 2 seconds. I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about it. Also, tuxedo black marker. I forgot to link to that.
Tuxedo black?
Yep. So yeah, using my Memento tuxedo black marker. I've shown this in a ton of videos. I just use it because these are printed with black toner on white cardstock, and using a black marker, just running it along the edges, conceals that white core and just makes these look a little more finished. Yeah, no, no. You don't need to use alcohol soaked, right? Nothing. The blades, again, I have been using the guillotine trimmers for over a decade. I have posted thousands of videos. I've done thousands of cuts. They do not need to be sharpened. They don't. They absolutely don't. Like, they don't. Yeah. Unless you're cutting bizarre things that shouldn't be cut in a trimmer meant for like cardstock, very, very lightweight chipboard, etc., it does not need to be sharpened. And I will not recommend people use anything. Like, no, I will not recommend people use tinfoil or alcohols or any of that stuff, because that's getting into dangerous territory. And not only can you wreck your trimmer, but it's getting into not good territory. And yeah, I have been using, and the Tim Holtz guillotine trimmer, I was using this, it was made by Tonic. I have been using the one that Tonic's been making even before that. Like, so for over 20 years, I've been using trimmers like this. They don't need to be sharpened. Like, I have never once, and I have, again, used them for 20 years. So, yeah. Okay. Hello to Ontario. Let's get these little guys. Edged just like, yeah. So that just gives them a finished look. Just like so. And because it really is bothering me, even though it's not the end of the world, but because this one's bigger, even though I already edged it, I'll use my guillotine trimmer, which I need to tighten because you can just use a little Allen wrench and you can tighten this if it gets loose, which mine is loose because, again, it's years old and I've also dropped it many times. This is where it gets a little bit finicky. And I have to eyeball it to trim this down just a bit. And then you hold it. Here we go. Okay. Okay. Yes, did you link to the right marker?
The tuxedo black marker?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, the one Chris added. It was the memento. Okay.
Unless I messed up the...
Which one did you... I'm pretty sure.
This one.
Yep. Yep, it was the right one. Okay, and then I'm going to just trim off just a sliver off this side. Because like I said, it was just bugging me. Normally I wouldn't care, but when I'm doing two side by side, I see these things and it just bugs me. Okay. There we go. I'll be on my to-do list is to tighten that little lug nut, whatever, and then quickly okay. Okay. All my comments are like showing up. Weird. Okay. Yes. Yes. Kath is also 100% correct. And Kath is one of Tim Holtz makers. So she knows especially what she's talking about. Because, yeah, she makes amazing things for Tim Holtz products and stuff. Hello, Kath, by the way. I am a huge fan. And yeah, his guillotine trimmers. That's the only and it's just my smaller one. I've never had to like fiddle with my bigger one, but the smaller one, I have literally dropped it on the floor multiple times. Like, that thing has seen a lot, and I've had it for I don't even know how many years. Thousands upon thousands of cuts. And yeah, I've only had to start tightening it in the last 6 months maybe, because I'm a klutz. But works wonderfully. Absolutely wonderfully. Okay. So I got my sentiments. Got my splatter. Yeah. And then where did I put... I was like, where'd the cards go? I lost the cards. So yeah. And they're shiny. Okay. Okay. Yeah. And I pretty much managed. I got as much. Yeah. And it's pretty much dry. Yeah. It's dry. Perfection. And this stuff dries. I don't know if I'm gonna like, it's so flat, you know, like this stuff doesn't really have much, just again, it's just the nature of the product that as it dries, it's very, very flat, which is another reason why I love it. So, okay. Okay. Oh, you want to go deal with that?
What is it?
Somebody at the door.
Oh, check.
Yeah. Oh, maybe grab the box with the glass bottles, because it looks like a bottle drive.
Oh, well, I'll...
Because that's all we've got. Anyway. Back to what I was doing. You think so? I hope they didn't stop making it. I will cry. I will cry if Tonic stopped making this. I will have to send a strongly worded letter and be like, why? Knowing my luck, they probably did. Ugh. We'll see. We'll see. If not, you can use, you know, just white paste. I'm just trying to think. The problem with trying to add snow on top of water reactive inks is pretty much most, if not all, white pastes, as they're drying, pull up and start absorbing the ink as it dries. And that's why a lot of times you'll get like green snow or blue snow, etc. Another way around that is do your ink blending with oxides, distress inks, positively saturated inks, etc., etc. And then take microglaze, and you can apply some microglaze, just a very, very, very thin layer. And then you can heat the microglaze. It helps it kind of sink in a bit, but it will seal your background. And then you can put your paste over top. It's an extra step. That's why I almost never do it, because I'm lazy. But if you want your snow to remain white, that is a way around it. So, yeah. Okay. Okay, I'm a little lost on the comments. I can't keep up with them. Anyway. Okay, so there's our cards. And then what I wanted to do, so I'm gonna have my snowdrifts just kind of going around like that. That's the plan. And then we're gonna do some things and some stuff. See, it's starting to come together. Just starting to come together. Because if we do it like that, and let's stick another one in there. Yeah. Okay, I know what I'm doing. We're good. We're good. Okay. Yeah, I assume Simon Says Stamp has it on order. It just depends sometimes, like restocking when it comes to products and different things. It's not a simple matter of just like, oh, we just want this one item, you know. There's minimums that have to be met to be able to restock, because otherwise brands are paying, like, you know, Simon Says Stamp, if they just need to restock just this, unless they're ordering like a caseload of it, which they should, but you know what I mean. So a lot of times they wait until they've got multiple things, and then it also depends, because like Tonic themselves might not have enough on hand, or, you know, like there's just all this like push and pull, and there's logistics and shipping and wait times and so many things. And just lately, it just seems like my personal favorites, like this and the Aqua Shimmer pen that I've still been waiting. Really, Tonic, please. I'm just sending it in the stratosphere. I need like 50 of these, please. I've been waiting for them to get restocked. I'm just waiting. But anyway, okay. Guillotine trimmer, which is not a crafting like Tim's. Well, that we're not talking about other guillotine trimmers. I'm not going to recommend different things for tools that I don't use and that I'm not promoting. And yeah, that's where things are getting very confusing. So, anywho, let's adhere these backgrounds. I'm gonna leave or these like little die cut snowdrifts. I'm gonna leave a bit of a gap at the top of each so that I can tuck in my little houses and trees and things. Okay. Okay. And my glue is clogged, of course. Is Craft Tacky glue your favorite glue? Yes. It is. And of course it's clogged. So, a pin to the rescue. It is my personal favorite. I like it. It's one of the thickest glues on the market, so it is not for everyone. I like it because it's super thick. But another one that I really, really like, that was my favorite before I switched over to this, was the Nuvo Deluxe Adhesive. I like that one a lot too. It's a little bit thinner than Craft Tacky glue, but it's a good glue. I like both of those. I like the bottle shape of the Nuvo as well. But yeah, I've been using Craft Tacky glue for years. It's just like my go-to. Okay. Gonna go like so. And there we go. So I got my little snow drifts. Okay. Okay. Now the other one. Craft Tacky glue. It is easy to use. You just got to keep a pin on hand. It clogs. I have never had a glue that does not clog. It happens. Like, doesn't matter, you know. Glue's just, it's just the nature of glue. It's, you know, there's gonna be a little bit there, it's gonna clog. I keep a little pin cushion that I have kept on my desk for years now that one of my lovely viewers sent to me. I showed this in a Happy Meal haul years ago. She made me this little pin cushion. It's actually got coffee beans in the bottom of it, which still smell like coffee, which I love. But yeah, she made me this little pin cushion. And I just keep a random selection of pins, and I don't even know why I did this, but whatever. And he just sits beside my desk, and I use the pins to unclog my glue, and when I actually hand sew something in place, I can't remember the last time I did that, but he just stays right beside me, and I use my pins to unclog my glue when I need to. Finding pins that don't rust. You just need to look for stainless steel pins, but I don't like those pins don't stay. I don't keep them in the bottle. There are pins available. I know is it Barely Art that does one? And I think Art Glitter Glue has pins that, yeah, you have to look for like stainless steel ones. And yeah, I don't use any bottles anymore that need it to sit in there for a long time. I forget, it was years ago. And I forget what glue, it might have even been, it was whatever glue I had, and I had a pin that wasn't like stainless steel. And I remember that, pulling it out, and it was like all the glue, however far down, had turned yellow because rust. Not fun. Not pretty. But yeah, these pins I use to just unclog it, it doesn't matter. Because it's literally in, out, and then it just goes back in the pin cushion, and then it's fine. Simon put 2 Craft Tacky glues in the HDSA fundraiser box. That's sweet. It's nothing like getting extra glue. Love it. Yep. Oh, Evelyn's here. Hello, Evelyn. Yes. Oh yeah, he has been on my desk since you, this was how many years ago now that you made this for me. He's either sat up like even my desk upstairs, or yeah, he just sits beside me. Cause you like, yeah, there's something in him that you put in the bottom too to make him stay flat. So he does sit up. But yeah, he sits right beside me and I use him practically every day because more often than not too, I'm, you know, using it and then I set my glue and I forget about it when I'm like doing my thing. And then I go to use it and, you know, it's dried up enough that it's clogged. So I use my pins constantly because I forget 99% of the time to put that glue away. All right, let's start tucking in the little pieces. Yes, the glue turned brown. Yeah, you'll know if a pin is not rust proof if the glue starts turning a gross color. But yeah, I don't use I don't keep pins in my glue. It's just easier that way. Because also, if I kept the pin in here, that would be fine. But then every time I went to use the glue, I would have to take the pin out. It'd be covered in glue. So then I would have to set it some, you know, like, no. It was just easier to keep it in the pin cushion and then I just use it when needed. And then it can just stay in the pin cushion and not be covered in glue. So we're just going to tuck our little houses into here. Just like so. Yeah. And they've got their little splattery bits on them. So, you know, everything is nice and wintry and fabulous. And just a few little dabs of glue is all we're going to need. Not much. Just a dab will do ya. Okay. Okay. Then this one. If you wanted to really get extra, I'm not gonna do it because it would take a while, but to die cut these from like scraps of yellow cardstock and then you could inlay. But I ain't doing it. I thought about it because I was like, oh, that would look really nice, but nope, not doing it. Okay. Probably stick in like one. Yeah. Yeah, that'll work. That will work. And then we'll just doop. Okay. Get those in. Yep. Yes, and I did link to them. To the little, they are listed below, the Gina K fine tip bottles. This one actually it rarely clogs, but yes, you do have to remember to put the little cap back on it. I think I've only had this one clog once, but I think more often than not, it just naturally unclogs itself because you've squeezed it, and then the minute I'm done with it, it just like so. So, yeah, never had a problem with these, and yeah, mine just has craft tacky glue. I just fill it up and I've refilled this thing a few times. It works good. I was gonna use it, but I didn't need to, so that's why I linked to it, because I thought I might need it with these little finicky dies, but yeah, it's not as finicky as I thought it was gonna be. So yes, you could just put a solid yellow piece. You could, but you would still, because like there is not much leeway between the edges. So you would have to trim it pretty exact, and I'm not going to bother. I'm not going to bother. But yes, you totally could just back it with some yellow cardstock as well if you don't want to inlay. You're just going to have to trim it very exactly. And I'm not going to do that either, because nope. Okay, let me place these guys so that I get the placement right. Should we stick him there and stick him about there? So then he's gonna tick in right about there. Yep, just like so. Just like so. Okay. Another thing for you to search up, Chris.
What is?
Just give me a sec.
Just give me a sec. Not finding anything.
Those. Okay. Okay. So just search honeybee metallic. What are you doing?
I was looking for creative.
Oh!
Metallic silver. Here's your things back, sweetheart.
Did you? It does say creative at the top, but yeah. Honeybee metallic gold and metallic silver. Those are the two I recommend. There is also the Delicata ones, but I haven't used those in forever. I don't really like the honeybee ones. So yeah, those are the two metallic ink pads that I really like. And Chris has added the links to them. And I think he's adding them to the chat.
I will be in a minute.
He will be in a minute. Come on, intern. Seriously.
I gotta get rid of all the junk that it adds to the back of things.
I know. I know. Okay. Those guys. And those ones. And yes, I will have enough for the inside. Life is good. Life is good. Of course I'm going to boss him around. He's my unpaid intern.
Yeah. It's alright.
He's used to it.
Yep.
So downtrodden and suppressed and abused.
Completely.
That's why I bought him a flashy Bob Ross sweater.
It just screams, I'm here.
Yep. Oh, thank you so much, Leanne. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Maybe I'll be even buy the unpaid interns some more peanut M&Ms because we are out of our.
For a while.
We've been out for a while. I know.
I keep forgetting them when we do Costco runs.
I know. Well, I'll try and remember them on the next call. Actually, here. We'll take a 2-second break while I add it to my grocery list. Peanut M&Ms. M&Ms for the unpaid intern. There, they're on the grocery list. Yay. We're good. Amy, did you not share your chocolate yesterday to keep the unpaid intern happy? I shared. I did. I shared. He tried the corn ones.
It was very interesting.
I'm not even kidding. I should have filmed him. He was like, these are disgusting. I can't stop eating them. And he ate like half the chocolate bar. It was funny. And then we tried the other Halloween one that had the little raspberry crunchies or whatever.
They were pretty okay.
It was good.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like that Kalev brand from Europe, wherever it's made. It's not their chocolate is not as sweet as ours.
Definitely not.
It's much more mild, I guess you'd call it. Because it's not like a dark chocolate. It's just, I don't think it has as much of a sugar content. I don't know.
That's
It's different. It's just not as sweet. And I actually really like that. So, yeah, no, I shared. And I'll be sharing it again. We'll have, date night again tonight. I don't keep watching. What are we watching now? The Wheel of Time? Yes. Wheel of Time.
Both making us very angry.
It is
as
making us
avid
angry.
book readers.
It's still a good show, though. Okay, now we have trees. But yes, I share my snicks with the unpaid intern. It's all good. It's all good. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, did Chris like the chocolate covered corn? Yeah, that stuff was weird. Oh my goodness.
I liked it, but in a way it's like, this is terrible.
Yeah, and then as you keep eating it.
Eating it.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Okay. We're gonna tuck in some trees into this little scene. This is why I didn't put glue all the way to the very edge, because I, wanted to be able to tuck in the trees. So we'll just kind of stick them all over the place, really, because why not? Why not? So we do that. And okay. Oh, the lessons in chemistry book? Yes. It's very, very good. Chris is gonna read it. He's interested.
Yes.
I highly, highly recommend it. It is a very, very good book. Okay. Why do I have more large dark green ones than I do other ones? That's annoying. I am annoyed. Okay, we're gonna just switch this up a little bit. Just do some of these guys like this. We'll move some things around so that I can just do that. That works better. And then we'll put that one there. So we got a little scene going on here. Much better. And then, yes, if we do that and that, that, doop. Yeah. Because then the sentiment is gonna go. Okay, I know what I'm doing. We're all good. Okay. Any tips on putting the trees and buildings in perspective? I ain't doing that. I'm just sticking them wherever. I am not worried about that kind of stuff. Yeah. Yeah. There's ways to kind of do that within reason, but I'm not too concerned about it. Are you laughing at me again, or are you just laughing at the memes?
Memes.
Thought so. You really are a typical unpaid intern.
I am. I'm lazy.
Just like browsing the web, looking at memes.
Yeah.
Can't really complain much now, can I? Okay. And then we're gonna just add all my little trees. Just tuck them right in. Just like so. All the random little fuzzy bits. Okay. Let's add a bit more glue. Yep. Somebody probably already asked, do you send out your Christmas cards that you make each year? Yes, I send out Christmas cards to all my Patreon supporters. I haven't sent them out yet. I usually try to aim for early December, roughly, because it is a pretty involved process for me to mail out a very large batch of cards. But yeah, I've already got a bunch set aside, and then I will be, because I make a lot of holiday cards, and that is one of the perks for my Patreon supporters is depending on the tier, their like support tier or whatever, it depends on how many cards I get a year, and then yeah, I send out Christmas cards to them because it's fun. I like sending them out. And then the new thing is now we've been doing the last month now is with these live streams. Again, the link is below for those watching live, because those watching on replay, that document will no longer be available. Is we're sending the cards that I make during the live to the random winners that entered their mailing info into the document, and I'll mail. So these 2 cards will get mailed out probably later this week. So yeah, it's just something extra. Alrighty, and then okay, yeah. See, that was why like the plan in my head, and it is working. Like keeping it lighter in the center, it just gives it kind of that glow. Can you explain how Patreon works, please? Yeah, I have a link to my Patreon page. It's in the description box below all my videos. And there's different tiers. So it not just means different monetary amounts that a person wants to pay each month. And then you get access to exclusive content that I only upload to Patreon. So in my case, I do real-time coloring videos, because you guys see all my edited videos. I speed up the coloring, etc., because otherwise my videos are just too long. But for my Patreon supporters, they get access to all my real-time coloring videos, so they can listen to me mutter and rant. I give advice too on coloring and different things. So real-time coloring videos, other behind-the-scenes things, etc., and then yeah, I mail out cards depending on the tier. And yeah, I started it many years ago at the request of a lot of people that just wanted a way to provide, support and whatnot. And it has definitely ebbed and flowed for me, because I still say, and I mean this, I suck at Patreon. I do. I suck at it a lot. It's just, some days I swear my brain is just all over the place. But yeah, I've got a lot of really great little supporters on there, and yeah, they get a chunk of the card because I make a lot of cards. Yeah, my comments are not. Thank you, Elizabeth. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. But yeah, hopefully that makes sense. I don't really promote my Patreon a whole lot. I just don't. I should. I still plan. I did it like a long time ago, but my plan is to do like little end screens for my videos that just list everybody and thanking them in my videos, because it helps a lot, and I very much appreciate my Patreon peeps. They're pretty awesome. And I also appreciate you guys just showing up, and like the super chats and all of it. I appreciate every little bit. It helps keep the lights on, and it really helps keep this garage warm. Because even though we're having unseasonably warm weather, it's gonna get really cold, and that heater is gonna run a lot, and my power bill is through the roof. Literally, it's disgusting. It's disgusting. It's just criminal what I pay. But, okay. Just, what am I doing? Do I want to pop this up or do I want to just adhere it flat? I kind of just want to adhere it flat. These are going to be like flat cards. I don't do this very often because I like, you know, but this is just working. I think I'm just going to keep it flat. Okay. Okay. I feel that the stencil cheated your splattering, but I did splatter. I splattered all of the die cuts. They got the light. Like, I'm gonna have to wash this whole grip mat of all the splatter. We got the splatter in. Yeah, we're good. I feel good about it. And then we're gonna add our little sentiment. Just like so. I'm gonna just slide them over a little bit. Yeah. Here we go. Straight. It looks straight. I think I got it straight. Yeah. Okay. 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 Do this a second time. There we go. Okay, now I gotta do the inside. Over adhered. And then, okay. So we're gonna need that. And then oh, it feels so good when the idea in my head is working. It's working. And that'll be the insides once I get it adhered. So they'll have their little sentiments. I can actually zoom in a bit, I guess. I always forget that I can do that. Shocker. Didn't think about that until we're getting closer to the end, you know. I'm a professional.
Definitely.
You really do you want your peanut M&Ms?
Yes. But I'm not gonna not be sassy for it. I think it's time for another drive-by.
Oh, you want to show off your sweater again? You just need to do it. Just don't knock anything over or trip in the process, please.
Never.
Ugh. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's just adhere these into place. That guy goes there. This guy will go there. We'll just butt them right up to the sentiment. Why not? Why not? Okay. Boop, boop. All right. A card isn't done till the inside is done. I've been doing this for so many years, and the funny thing is the reason I started doing the card insides way, way, way back, like 20 years ago. When I first got into card making, I only had one kid at the time. That's how long ago this was. Again, 20 years ago. And one of the ways to, because like I was working basically a minimum wage job, you know, living paycheck to paycheck, etc. So getting into card making ain't cheap. And one of the ways I was making monies to be able to buy card making supplies is I would sell my cards. And I used to work at a video. It was actually a combination. It was a video rental store and also a bulk food store. And the owner let me have a little box on the counter and I'd sell my cards for cash and they were fine with it. And back then I was selling them for not like $2 or something, like dirt cheap. But they were pretty basic too back then. Like again, 20 years ago. But the amount of time, every time someone would be like flipping through my cards, they would pull it out and they would immediately open it to see what was on the inside. Every single time. And they were just like, oh, there's nothing here. And it just, so I started adding like just a sentiment, this, and then I started building it up to like, I would add bits of pattern paper and, you know, and it just, I've never not finished the inside of a card since. So, and yeah, I was able to, I would take every little like toonies, loonies, whatever cash I'd make, and I set it aside in a little envelope, and when I'd have, you know, a decent amount, I'd get myself some more card making supplies. And yeah, I was, oh no, don't get glue anywhere. I would hustle because I loved doing this, and yeah. And then when I started posting them online, etc. I'm not sure. I think ever since I've been doing videos, I think all my videos I've always done the inside that I can remember. So, yeah. It's just, I can't finish a card until the inside. And sometimes it literally adds a ton of extra time for me because depending on what I'm using or what I'm going for, I'm always like, that doesn't translate. Like the inside, I can't use, like this product isn't going to work on the inside. You know, like hot foiling, you know, if that's like it's like, I'm not going to hot foil on the inside, you know, so I have to like put in some extra thought to figure out how I'm going to do the inside. And sometimes it's just a sentiment, you know, and that's fine. And then other times it's little extras, little scenes, little things, whatevers, you know, it's just what I like to do. So yeah. But yeah. Although yes, like when you think about it, if you're making a card for someone and you're writing something, you know, you're doing it, you're writing, you don't need to add extra stuff. It's just, for me, it's just literally become habit. And I am also aware with my audience, if I was to start posting cards with all the insides, that's all I would get. They'd be like, oh, what about the inside? So, yeah, because you guys know, that's what I do.
Your insides.
My insides. It's just what we gotta do. So yeah. Just gonna adhere these little bits. Yeah, I'm glad. And I'm glad you guys do it. It's just, it can be just something simple, something basic. You know, little sentiments. If you're using pattern paper, a little bit of the pattern paper. A little die cut, stamp something, you know. It doesn't have to be super involved, because again, it is the inside, but it's always nice to have something. I love how you stamp the same stamp in a lighter color on the inside that always looks, yeah, things like that. I do that a lot. And it just, because it just ties it all together, it's simple. And yeah, that one I do that a lot. Yes. Yes. It does. For me, it's just the card isn't finished until the inside is done. Speaking of which, these cards are done. I did it.
You did it.
I did it. You can draw. You can get her done.
Get
her done.
I'm gonna post the link to it one more time and give it like
Okay,
30 seconds.
Chris we'll give it a couple more minutes. You guys, the document is directly below the video. Put your name and address in. Chris is going to choose 2 random winners, and then I'll mail these cards out to said winners, which is just super, super fun. And yeah, we got our little snowy splattery village. Oh, here, we'll put that in. Spatter, splatter, doesn't matter. So, yeah. And then, wishing you the happiest holiday. Just super cute. Just super cute. And pretty basic and flat. These are very mailable cards, which is super nice too, you know? So, deserve it. Do you ever make tags? I've shown them a lot in videos, but I generally, when I make a tag, I stick it on a card. Like, that's just, I don't really use tags very often. I have previous videos though, I have some old ones where I make just specifically tags, but usually if I make a tag, I stick it to the card.
Ready?
You got both of them?
I can get them here.
Okay, he'll get them. We'll get to it. Let's do this. We can do this, and then I can do, every time, I swear. There we go. And I can make this a little bigger. Okay, we can zoom in a little bit. Yeah. So yeah, got our cards.
All right, the first winner is Linda Palmer. And the second is Zane Steele.
Zane or Zon?
Z-A-N-N-E.
I assume when it's Z-A-N-N-E, it's Zon.
Zon?
Because it's usually short for Suzanne or,
Yeah.
you know. But, yeah. Okay, what was it again? My brain stopped.
Linda Palmer
Linda Palmer
and Zon Steele.
I will be mailing these out to you hopefully this week. I'm getting better at, like, getting things done and actually leaving my house. You know? So, yeah. And again, for those that are watching on the replay, etc., that you won't be able to enter. Don't put your personal info like in the comments, things like that, please. Because yeah, and we'll think of something. I have ideas just mulling in the back of my brain about all 5 million things, honestly. But yeah, we'll do some sort of like little card giveaway or something for just open to like, yeah, I might post on like my Facebook or I don't know yet. Just again, ideas. Chris is also going to show off his sweater again.
Yep. Hello. Oh,
Other
I should
side.
probably be.
Yeah.
There's stuff in the way there.
There's Chris and his Christmas sweater. You can make the lights flash.
Can
like,
I?
Really? Well, yeah, you
I don't want to give anybody like a...
No, that's fine.
They flash at 2 different speeds.
Yeah. I got him a really high-tech sweater.
Very high-tech.
Yeah, so high-tech.
I will take my leave now.
You're going to take your leave.
You
So
can
yes,
have your
thank you
intro.
to the unpaid intern who gets paid very well in peanut M&Ms and expensive Christmas sweaters. Yep. So yeah, thank you to him. And like I always do, after I shut off the camera, I will take photos of the cards and do up my social medias, the blog posts, etc., and double check my supply list, make sure everything's kosher and whatnot. And yeah, I will be doing that today after this live is over, and then it'll all be as is. And then again, I don't do edited replays, like shortening them. Thought about it. I don't have the time. My lives are long. This is already over 2 hours. That's too much footage for me. But who knows? We'll see. I may have to start re-uploading them separately though. There's been some changes in how YouTube does their like AdSense and like placing ads and everything. I used to allow ads on my lives after the live stream, and with YouTube's newest update, they don't allow that at all. My choice is to either allow ads during the live stream, which I do not want to do at all. I really don't. I don't like that. It really bugs me. And by not allowing that, they won't allow me to place ads afterwards. And that helps pay the bills. So we just figured this out last night, and I'm really frustrated about that. So Yeah. As of right now, I am just opting out of putting ads on my live streams at all. They might show up at the very beginning and the very end. That's it. You know, and people can always skip them. I don't expect people to like sit through, especially because sometimes every once in a while an ad's like a 2-hour-long video. It's ridiculous. No. But every little bit helps. So I'm just not sure where that's going to go. I'm really annoyed by it. And I kind of feel like I just got my legs taken out from under me with this new decision and I don't have a choice in it. So great job. Great job, YouTube. Thanks for that. So anywho, we'll figure out. That was the only thing Chris and I could think of, is maybe me saving these lives and then just re-uploading them in full. But that just, my only other concern with that is it would cause some serious confusion. And doing that, if people are watching that, like, you don't have the chat. So we're gonna just explore options. It's because I like the chat. I like chatting with you guys. It gives context. I leave the chat in when you go back to rewatch my lives. The chat is supposed to still be there. Hopefully it stays. If YouTube decides to mess with that, I'm gonna just... It's annoying. It's annoying. This is just my job. But yeah, it just is what it is. So we'll just see where it goes. But yes, YouTube subscription. If you're subscribed to YouTube, like you pay the money, you get ad free, which is awesome. And I, as a creator, get like a chunk of that. It just depends. There's so many things. It's just one of those things, being a content creator, and you don't have control over a lot of things. And it's really frustrating. So just thought I would mention that. Hoping for now, right now, the plan is I'm just opting out of allowing, because I don't like the thought of us being live and we're chatting and then all of a sudden an ad's just going to appear. And like, that's just weird to me. I don't like it. I don't like it. So yeah, we're going to just keep exploring our options and see what happens. Because, you know, again, I got a garage to heat and lights and many children to feed. So many. Too many. True. So we will just see. But all that to say, thank you guys. Thank you guys for watching, and those that watch live and chat with me and Chris and all the chaos. I appreciate it. Those that watch the replays afterwards, thank you. I very much appreciate it. I do. And the comments, always. I read all the comments I get. You know, I heart them. So you guys know that I read them. I respond to them as often as I possibly can, because I think we got a great little community going. And we are slowly crawling our way towards 100,000 subscribers. I still got a ways to go. According to the analytics, which I don't dive into too much because I don't create that way. I find that kind of stuff just stifles. I'm not going to play to analytics and algorithms and everything. It's like, I just want to create what I want to create and share what I want to share, etc. But yeah, according to that, we're not supposed to hit the 100K till like a year from now, which is, again, I'm fine with. I'm not also really stuck on the numbers. That's just a big milestone. You know, I've been doing this for 20 years, so it'd be really cool to finally get there. But giveaways will be happening. I'm going to do a giveaway at 95, which will happen much sooner, of course, than 100K. Probably not for another several months. We'll see. But I has giveaways planned. And the 100K one will be enormous. And will probably be multiples. And I will most likely try and get sponsors. And we will party like crazy. But again, that's for next year. We'll just see where it goes. But yeah, appreciate you guys. And thank you. Thank you for tuning in. And we'll just figure it out. You know, I've only been doing these lives for like 3 months, 4 months. It's only November. I think I started in like August. So it's only been like 3 months. And they've been fun. I appreciate it. I've been enjoying it. You guys are great. And we'll just see how things go, you know? But I will get these photographed and do all the social medias and all the things. and mail them out to the winners sometime this week, most likely. Stay tuned. I will have plenty of other videos coming. I have a Christmas video I'm waiting that I had filmed. That's why I had kind of a gap between videos for a bit there, because I did a video and all the products I used are sold out. Like completely sold out. So I am holding it back for when I usually don't do that. I just post, you know, because again, I don't play to like algorithms, but I have many Christmas videos coming. I might try and squeeze a few more fall themed ones. We'll see. I'm kind of getting more into like Christmas theme mode. And yeah, playlists, like we'd mentioned earlier, I've got tons of them on my channel. So you guys can check out those as well. And yeah, the lives have been great. I haven't done anything too crazy, hopefully, or said anything too crazy, hopefully. That always stresses me out. I'm always worried I'm gonna open my big mouth and say something I shouldn't. But so far, so good. And you guys make it fun. I enjoy it. So we're good. We're good. So that's it from me for the moment. Again, thank you guys. I very much appreciate you, and I will see you guys in the next live or in the next video, really, because there'll be a video coming tomorrow for sure too. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.